we're doing a test on different frame rates. I'm usually shot in 24 FPS. I've actually been shooting in exactly 24 instead of that 23.9 whatever nonsense. So I switched it back to 23.9 whatever. I'm also doing 30 FPS now. I've also adjusted my aperture and shutter speed to be something more, I guess, to make more sense for this stuff, because I guess I never understood that was something you needed to do, but like just with videography and photography, that's all stuff you need to consider. So I'm kind of just doing a test for file size right now to see how that'll work. So I figured I would just wander around a little and show some stuff. My way. How about zoom while we record? Hey bud. Hi, it's kind of dark, isn't it? Yeah, it's okay. There's all other light here from the outside. If I even do, like, look at how overexposed that is right now, because I don't have my ISO set to automatic. It's set to an actual thing. So I wonder if I can do that mid-video. Can I? Yeah, I can change that mid thing. So I could actually lower this immensely to get. Oh yeah, it's set to auto now, so it's making it. It's going very, very low. There we go. Let's leave it at auto for a bit. So if I go over here, there we go, they adjust. I think I'm probably going to leave that alone, because that seems to know what it's doing. Why, is that comfortable? Hey buddy, is that comfy? Is that a comfy spot? Hi. Alright. So my new recording setup is, or my new editing setup at least, is probably going to be, we've got my iMac sitting here, and no, this is not what's powering things right now, it's actually this. My MacBook Pro is actually quite a bit more powerful, so I'm going to have that be kind of my workhorse, at least for now. I don't know, I'm a little worried because it gets kind of warm now that it's powering two screens. Like, I wonder if it's kind of meant to be the other way. So I might try doing some stuff on my iMac instead. It's just, it doesn't have as good of a processor or as much RAM. Actually, it might have the same amount of RAM. If I could get some more RAM in there, this would definitely be ideal. I mean, I'm running everything as far as video editing stuff off this hard drive, because there's just not enough space on either of these machines to house that stuff. I do actually need some more external storage. I'd like to get something so I can do lightning external, because there's a second lightning port in this machine. So I could have both of these hooked up, because that's what they're hooked up with now, is the lightning port. But if I could get an adapter, or perhaps an actual hard drive that just has a lightning port, like a piece on it. But I've looked at the adapters, and they actually end up being kind of expensive. And I'm not talking about lightning to anything, like it has to be lightning to USB 3, because that's what most hard drives are now. Like this specific Western Digital one is USB 3, and I've had it hooked up to my PC, which is has USB 3 in it, and it's really fast. It's great. But to do video editing stuff, I have to use this stuff. So I'm going to look into that. It's not cheap though, that's the thing. It's one of those adapters that goes from lightning to USB 3 is actually like 60 bucks, like minimum. Also, this camera's heavy as balls to have like up. If I actually two-handed or something, like it's kind of ridiculous. But yeah, so that's what I'm working with right now. I was looking into other lenses too, but that's, if I'm worried about $50 for an adapter, the lenses is a joke. Like, there's no way. So, let's see. We are at 5:24 for our edit for our video currently. I'm currently listening to. Let's get a zoom job in here. Come Back Down by Insomniac. It's my brother's band. And it's pretty great. And if this gets flagged for Content ID, I'll be irritated, because no one should be claiming this shit. So, Go listen to their stuff. It's good. Okay, so we just passed 6 minutes, and now this thing's flashing. So maybe it'll be 2 separate videos, and if it is, then it is, and I'll cut them together. I think this was a good test, and hopefully, like, the movement and stuff was, you know, like, good. Like, if you want to know exactly what I'm doing, I'm running an Aperture of 3.5 with a 60th of a second for my shutter speed. So we'll see how that looks. I might try futzing with the aperture a little more, but Jesus Christ, that's bright. Like, this can barely even it down for that. Okay, we're gonna end it there. So thank you for wasting your time watching me, and gotta record a new podcast soon. Can't wait. See ya. What a little goofball. Puppy. Hi, buddy. Hello. So I just got back from getting a haircut because my hair was really bad. Like, I tried to let it grow out for a little bit, and that just ended up being kind of a nightmare because my hair is so wavy and curly. So I ended up just saying screw it and chopping it all off. So now it's super short. Just got out of the shower. Let the dog outside. I started going through and rendering some of the footage from earlier today, and would you like to see? We're doing a test on different frame rates. I've usually shot 24. So here's what I've cut together so far, which you saw a minute ago, and I'm going to stitch this onto the end. It looks pretty good though, honestly. Like, I really like the way it turned out. Like, it's definitely better than what I think the podcasts have been lately. So it's really nice to see that higher quality, and we'll see if that reflects well in when we do the next podcast. I mean, it's kind of hit or miss, because for the podcast we sit still, and it's in a darker space. So the ISO is usually higher because it needs that extra. It needs to be able to pick up in that low light, which I think might cause a little graininess. There's lights down there. Maybe I should just show you. So this is my creepy basement. Ugh. I got a whole bunch of stuff. However, okay, so we've got a light up there, which is a really cool light. There's also a second light up here, which is a warmer one, which I need to replace with a cool one. But then I also built this softbox out of foam board and a cloth, and let's see here, is it plugged in? It might be. Let's see. Yeah, it's plugged in, look at that. So the actual space we're like sitting in ends up getting a pretty healthy amount of light. And so this was helpful, but it actually needs a more powerful bulb, because the bulb in there right now is one of those fluorescent tube ones, and it says it's basically a 100 watt bulb, but it's actually like a 13. Well, a 13 watt bulb, even if it's emulating a 100, just isn't quite enough. So I'm going to try and find they always say these lights are really hot, and that's because they still use the incandescence. So I'm going to try and find a 100 watt that's that right temperature and has the right CRI and everything. Which, if you don't know what all these things are, or why they're important, I guess let me know and I can maybe explain them. I'm not going to right this second. There's a pretty significant smudge on the front of my lens, and it's driving me insane, so I'm probably going to end everything here, but if you took the time to watch, thanks, I guess. I don't know why you cared, but cool. See you later.